Hello students, now we will discuss about class Reptilia. Reptilia, the name is given because of the Latin meaning, like they are creeping animals or crawling, means they do a crawling mode of locomotion. Name is referred by their creeping and crawling mode of locomotion. Study of reptiles is called as herpetology. It is said that Pisces, the class Pisces, have been evolved during Devonian period. Amphibians have been evolved during Carboniferous period. Like that, reptiles are said to be evolved during Mesozoic era. Reptiles are cold-blooded animals, also called as poikilotherms. It means that they will change their body temperature according to changing surroundings or changing environment. We have seen that in case of amphibians, they first came onto land. But in case of amphibians, again for reproduction, they preferred water because fertilization is external fertilization. In case of reptilia or reptiles, they are considered as the first successful land vertebrates. In case of amphibians, we have seen body is divided into head and trunk. Some are having tail-like structures. For suppose salamanders are having tail, but in case of frogs, tail is absent. But in case of reptilia, body is divided into head, neck, trunk, and tail. Some are not having a tail-like structures. Body is divided into head, neck, trunk, exoskeleton. It is made up of some scale-like structures and also some hard, thick keratinized type of plates or scales are present. Those are nothing but epidermal scales we call in reptiles. Body is covered by epidermal scales, or it is also called as scutes in case of some reptilia. What is meant by scutes means these are thick keratinized, these are made up of thick keratinized substances. Suppose example we can take like tortoise will be having some dome-like structure. It is very hard. And also in case of crocodiles, we can imagine outermost layer which is on the dorsal side of the body is very hard. Those are said as scutes. Skin is dry and it is cornified. Means keratinized substance. Some of them are horn-like in shape. So they are given a term like cornified. C-O-R-N-I-F-I-E-D. Cornified. Skin is dry and cornified. This cornified shape we can see in crocodiles. Cornified, right meaning also. Cornified, rough and non-granular. No coloring substances are present. So we give a term like non-glandular. Next, they have forelimbs and hind limbs. But snakes are limbless reptiles. In case of amphibia also we have seen presence of forelimbs and hind limbs. But there the forelimbs are having 4 digits or 4 fingers and hind limbs are having 5 digits or 5 fingers. Here in case of Reptilia, both forelimbs and means front limbs and hind limbs both are having 5, each hand is having or each limb is having 5 number of digits or fingers. They have forelimbs and hind limbs, 2 in number, 2 in number, each limb with 5 digits or fingers. Teeth are acrodont teeth, pleurodont teeth. Teeth are acrodont, thecodont. Crocodiles. Here thecodont teeth means the teeth base are deeply inserted into the sockets. For suppose if this is the in case of humans, if this is the teeth, then tissue will be having sockets. So these depressions are called sockets. When teeth are deeply inserted up to the root part up to here, then such teeth are called as thecodont. Even humans are having thecodont type of teeth. Tongue is protrusible. Tongue is protrusible. In case of amphibians, we have seen in the larval stage, there are gills for respiration. But in case of reptiles, the respiration is by completely lungs throughout their life. Respiration is by lungs throughout life. Heart is usually 3-chambered heart or 3.5 chambered heart, which is also termed as 4-chambered heart. In case of fish, amphibians also we have seen it is 3-chambered heart. It is little bit well developed in case of Reptilia. Heart is usually 3-chambered, but in crocodile it is said as 3.5 chambered or 4-chambered heart. Sinus venosus and truncus arteriosus are clearly seen and well developed in amphibians. But here sinus venosus, which is bringing deoxygenated blood from the body organs, is not well developed in case of because that is not necessary. Directly, the arteries and veins are bringing deoxygenated blood from the body organs. So there is no need of sinus venosus. Next, in case of amphibians, we have seen skull is dicondylic, means two condyles or two bony covering like structures are present in amphibians. In case of reptiles, only one single condyle is framing into skull. So they are monocondylic. Ribs are present in neck and thoracic region. Here, external ear is also absent like that of amphibians. But here, tympanum itself represents the ear. At the roof or the ceiling part of buccal cavity, there is an olfactory organ called as Jacobson's organ. It is also called as vomeronasal organ. Basically, we know that olfactory means sense of smell. But here, all reptiles cannot sense the smell, but they can sense the vibrations of the earth layers when any other organism is coming nearby it, or any vibrations are created in the earth layers. That smell actually, snakes and all these organisms will not identify, but they will identify moisture containing very pungent odors. The odors that are means released by the moisture containing means substances. Next, in case of Pisces and amphibians, we have seen there are 10 pairs of cranial nerves. But in case of Reptilia, there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves. There are 12 pairs of cranial nerves. In case of amphibians, we have seen all are oviparous. Only exception is salamander, which is viviparous in nature. But here in case of Reptilia, all are oviparous. Oviparous means egg-laying natured animals. Next, eggs are termed as cleidoic eggs. Means the outermost shell is made up of calcium carbonate, but it is leathery in nature. This cleidoic egg is also termed as amniotic egg. There are no larval forms, so development is direct. And some reptiles show parental care. Coming to examples under Reptilia, which are exhibiting all these characteristic features. 1. Chelone. Chelone is the name given for marine turtles. Next, testudo. Testudo. Testudo is the term given for land tortoise. Next, chameleon. It is means we know that it changes its color according to surroundings. Chameleon is also termed as tree lizard. Tree lizard. Next, calots. Calots is the term given for garden lizard. C-A-L-O-T-S. Calots. Garden lizard. Examples are very much important. Next, another one, crocodilus. Crocodile, we know that. Crocodilus. Crocodile. Next, alligators. Next, hemidactylis, term given for wall lizard. Hemidactylis, wall lizard. Next, poisonous snakes are naja, vipers, and also kraits, which are also termed as bungarus. Naja is termed as Indian cobra. Next, bungarus is term given for Indian krait. Next, another example is vipers. Vipera. This is we commonly call as vipers. These are important NCERT based means points that are very much required for NEET exam.